So Concordia, St. Paul, Southwest Minnesota State, and Minnesota State Mankato all won last night. They're 15-6. There is now drama on who will be the fourth bye. There are 4 teams tied for fourth right now, and Minot State a game back. Minot State is playing first today. The men are playing at 1:30. They're already in the second half, and they are rolling over Wayne State. So Minot State's going to be 14-8. Minnesota Duluth, as we mentioned, is at Bemidji State. You would think they would get the win. MSU Moorhead is at home to Minnesota State. Well, no matter what happens there, it's going to have an impact on either who finishes tied for the league lead or who might get the bye. And then you look at the other teams in there. Winona State, they're at St. Cloud State. That is a matchup of 14 and 17. So whoever wins that may have a case for the bye. I'll be very honest with you. I don't know how far down the criteria they're going to have to go to get to the bye. And one other thing just to keep an eye on. If Bemidji State should beat Duluth, which is not unheard of, but it's not likely. If that were to happen, then Augustana would be out of the NSIC tournament in men's basketball.
Wow.
Because they have the day off.
Yep, and they played. There was a stretch in the middle of the year when they played well. Let's explain a couple of things, and you can use this for future reference. When Beach talks about the byes, the top 4 teams in the regular season get the byes in the first round of the NSIC tournament. 5 through 12 play off at home sites before they go to Sioux Falls for the final 8 in the tournament. And the other thing, you may have added up, and he said, what? Did he say 21, and this will be 22 conference games? Yep, that's the way it's going to be next year for the Jimmies.
And it makes it a little easier, I guess, on the coaches trying to schedule, because basically what you get is you get 5 games or 4 games and an MTE. And
explain what an MTE is.
It's an in-season event.
Yeah.
You know, it's like the Maui.
Right.
It's like the Battle for Atlantis, something like
at
that.
At the D2 level. We don't go to Maui.
At the D2. Well, who knows? We might go to Chaminade someday. You never know.
You never know.
But Coach Brueggemann has indicated to us he wants his team in an MTE as often as possible. I think it's to get the extra game, but it's also to get another non-league opponent. Now, unlike this year, when you do go to the NSIC, the most you can see someone is twice, and you won't see everyone twice. You'll see the North Division twice and the South Division once, and that will alternate home and road each year.
So, for example, we'll go to Wayne and Winona, and they'll come here every other year. That's
right.
How it'll work.
Whereas we'll go to Aberdeen, and they'll come here every single year.
And Moorhead. And so forth.
Yep.
Right, So that's what's ahead for next year. S&P Ave Maria pregame show. One more regular season day for the Jimmies in the NAIA and in the NSAA. It's the doubleheader with Bellevue, and our pregame visit with Jimmie women's head coach Thad Sankey is just ahead on Jamestown 107.1. This is the voice of the Jimmies.
Do you want to make sure homework time isn't spent on games and video streaming? Dakota Central can help. With Experience IQ, you set limits to ensure your kids aren't playing when they should be doing homework. With premium managed Wi-Fi from Dakota Central, you can create healthier internet habits for your children from the easy-to-use Command IQ app. Learn more about premium Wi-Fi and Experience IQ today at www.dakotacentral.com.
Jamestown 107.1.
S&P Ave Maria pregame show. We're at Harold Newman Arena on this Saturday afternoon for the final regular season doubleheader for the Jimmies. Bellevue's in town. We start with women's action, and of course, head coach Thad Sankey. I've had the privilege again of traveling with your team this year, so I know, and they're being celebrated today, even though you're going to have another game at home. Your seniors are being celebrated, and I know how much this group of seniors means to you.
Yeah, it's a great group, just a ton of fun, and you know, from a culture and a relational side, just a group that's been integral to our team and who we are. And we've shared a lot of awesome experiences together. We've seen about 3/4 of the country over 4 years. It's been really cool. And then from a basketball side too, you know, it's unique to have a group of seniors that really does it as a group for 4 years. And, we were talking about this in the locker room yesterday with our team so that our younger players can understand it's unique to have that group dynamic all 4 years. And the senior class has done it. And, with Kate and Hannah and Jalen, Megan, and Sarah, it's been awesome. And then also Tori Schutzman is one of our seniors we're going to recognize today is our 6'1", who's been a student assistant for us for about 3.5 years, and just a lot of fun.
People see what's on the court, but there's so much off the court, and you've got to have good leadership on your team. And I know you feel these are very strong leaders for you. Absolutely,
and you know what? They have definitely developed as people, being here and matured, and that's one of the most rewarding parts about coaching in college is just seeing the people that our women turn into 4 years in our program. And at the same time, they came in as great additions to our team as well. And they came in wanting to have a great college experience, and they came in wanting to be on a high-level basketball team, and on a daily basis, they made it happen.
All right, so as far as this game goes, all right, you see, in fact, you know who you're playing on Wednesday night, but you're not going to catch me saying, oh, this game doesn't matter, because this game certainly matters a lot because you want to play well going into the postseason. And not only that, this Bellevue team provides a unique, for anybody in the league, but they provide a unique physical challenge for your team, and especially the game down there, they played you tough.
Absolutely. One of the best man-to-man defensive teams that we've seen this year, and this will be the third time, and they give us some unique wrinkles the first 2 times that we had to problem solve. And for us, one more win today gives us a tie for second place, and that still matters to us. We want it from a program pride sense. We want it so that we can achieve that. We're competitive people. So David, there's 15 reasons why we want to win today.
Sure.
But it is going to be a challenge, and we're going to have to earn it.
And one more thing is about, obviously, they're going to press a lot like they did the last time, and I know that's something you're going to want to see your team handle better than they did last night.
Yeah, for sure. And the part of the problem solving is we know they're going to pressure, and they're going to pressure Kate Cordes for sure. They did the first 2 times. How and in what way does it involve full court press or not? Some teams have adjusted, and the third time they haven't pressured us full court. But it's always about, are we problem solving the pressure point of it?
Thank you. Good luck this afternoon.
Yeah, thanks.
Coming starting lineups of the opening tip from Harold Newman Arena for Jamestown and Bellevue on Jamestown 107.1. This is the voice of the Jimmies.
Buffalo City Diesel Jamestown is your one-stop shop for experienced truck services. Their top-notch techs are trained in the latest technology and can identify and fix problems in your medium or heavy-duty diesel trucks and buses. Buffalo City Diesel also offers roadside assistance, trailer services, and truck parts. Call Buffalo City Diesel today at 701-253-2844. That's Buffalo City Diesel at 701-253-2844.
Jamestown 107.1.
Now the Pit Stop Express Loop starting lineups for this afternoon. First for the Bellevue Bruins, 6-8 in the league, 14-12 overall. Brandy Dunn has moved into a starting role in the backcourt. 5'8 senior from Spring, Texas, 6.4 points, 3.1 rebounds per game. The point guard is a 5'6 senior from Baltimore, Maryland, and then there's Josiah Smickens, 5.6 points, 5.4 boards per game. In the front court, Zakiah Muhammad, a 5'11 sophomore from Omaha, Nebraska, 6.4 points and 5.6 boards per game for Zakiah, and a 48% shooter from the floor. Ashton Arnold, we prefer to her. What a tough player she is, and a very, very good one. 5'11 senior from Clovis, California, 14.2 points and 8 rebounds per game. That's third in the league. She's also made 16 threes, and she's an 86% foul shooter, too. And Gabby Moore, the 5'7 senior from Webster Groves, Missouri, 16.8 points. That's third in the league, 2.3 rebounds. But number 1 in the league in made threes with 81. She takes a lot. She's taken 255 3-pointers in 26 games. So that's nearly 10 a game. Veteran head coach and a good one. Dave Denley is the head coach of the Bruins. His 9th season at Bellevue, 153 and 114, 26th season overall. He's the winningest coach ever at Southwestern College in Winfield, Kansas. And overall, 501 and 285. So he just recently had his 500th win. James Ice Benford and Alec Boogie are his assistants. For the Jamestown Jimmies, they are using the regular starting lineup, even though it is senior day. The seniors, by the way, are only going to be recognized at halftime of the men's game, but it is the regular starting five. In the front court, Hannah Hoggle, the 5'11 senior from Carrington, 8.6 points, 4.5 rebounds a game. Samantha Paulson, the 5'11 sophomore from Zimmerman, Minnesota, 5.5 points, 2.3 boards. Megan Oswald, the 5'9 senior from Brownsdale, Minnesota, at 6.1 points and 4.6 rebounds. Holson, by the way, 9th in the league in steals. Hoggle is 6th in field goal percentage, 10th in blocks. Kate Busick, the 5'9 senior from Fargo Shanley, in her 89th start and 117th game as a Jimmie today. 7.1 points, 5.4 rebounds for Kate. And Kate Cordes, the 5'8 junior from Shakopee, Minnesota, 19 points, 2nd in the league, 5 rebounds. Her 73 made threes, 2nd to Gabby Moore in the league. And the top foul shooter in the league, 93%, even after missing a couple last night. The head coach of the Jimmies is Thad Sankey. In his 7th season, 121 wins and 85 losses. His 12th season overall, 196 and 169. Faith Brindle is his assistant. Coleman Lind is the graduate assistant. The Jimmies are wearing orange today. Mainly orange. Black trim around the shorts, black numerals and letters in white trim, Jamestown and Blockman above the number on the front. So Bellevue's wearing their white. And that's the way it goes, you know. If you're on the road, you wear dark one day and white the next, but Bellevue's in white with purple numerals and letters. The nice thing about being a broadcaster, and I guess people like us, because they're making sure we're not going to go hungry.
They certainly are. And you know what? I know they're not starting the 5 seniors, and my theory is that's because the first quarter was so gosh darn bad last night.
Yeah.
Don't take senior day for granted. In this era of player movement, don't take days like this for granted, because they used to be a lot more common than they are today.
And I very much hope that next year we'll still see it at this point. I hope it doesn't happen in Division II like it's happened in Division I. And there is the transfer portal. I know you can do it in Division II, but it's frankly just gotten out of hand in Division I.
It certainly has. I mean, they're all tampering. Let's just be honest. They're all tampering. They're just making tampering legal.
A lot of other things that didn't used to be legal are, I guess, so I guess that follows.
Yeah.
We'll get off the soapbox now and tell you that's the S&P Ave Maria pregame show. Jamestown and Bellevue round out the North Star regular season this afternoon here at Harold Newman Arena. But before we take a break, here is one salute. As always, we say all the seniors will be saluted at the halftime of the men's game, but they're giving a little presentation here to Kate Busick for a pretty nice achievement. We've told you about what she's done in her career, her 117th start today. Well, Kate is being celebrated for a pretty nice feat in her career, 500 points and 500 rebounds. And in today's game, that's not an easy thing to do.
It is certainly not, mainly because players are so specialized today. If you're a three-point shooter, well, you're not going to get any rebounds. If you're a big player, you're not going to get a whole lot of assists, just things like that.
Your home for UJ Jimmie, AM 1400 KQDJ Jamestown and 107.1 K296 HH Jamestown.
And one of these players that Stan Sankey talked about is a great leader for this team, and not to mention that Kate will let you know she's a great kid, funny kid, but she'll let you know what she thinks too.
Yeah, I would be very surprised if her and Cy Benyon are not pretty good friends.
I would think so. Well, here we go. The action's coming up for you here on Jamestown 107.1. This is the voice of the Jimmies.
Looking for a roofing company that truly knows your town? Choose Vetter Construction. Unlike those big-name competitors using our city's name, we're your community experts right here working for you. From repairs to full replacement, our trusted team delivers quality and care that you can trust. For a roof that stands strong, call Vetter Construction today. 320-1990. 320-1990.
Where do you find the friendliest staff, the largest selection, lowest prices, and the freshest produce? Hugo's in Jamestown. But if you can't wait to go to the store, Hugo's Family Marketplace offers online shopping. You can shop all the departments and all the sales at hugos.com. Once you're done shopping, choose pickup or Hugo's delivery service, and they'll do the in-store shopping for you. Hugo's Family Marketplace. Online shopping at hugos.com.
You're gonna find more low prices, more great stuff when you go to Hugo's.
Otter Tail Power Company would like to remind you about the importance of high school athletics in the lives of children. Those extracurricular activities play a role in the education and development of those kids involved and provide a way for kids to learn some of life's most important lessons. Lessons that'll take them through life with a sense of accomplishment and pride. Otter Tail Power Company would like to salute those athletes, coaches, and fans who make every season one to remember.
Jamestown 107.1.
Still room for you here at Harold Newman Arena. Not a bad afternoon. Jamestown and Bellevue playing in the North Star doubleheader. Women's play first again. Both of these teams already know their seeds, and both already they're going to be know that they're going to be at home for quarterfinal matchups in the North Star Women's Basketball Championship on Wednesday, with Jamestown here hosting Dickinson State and Bellevue hosting VCSU. And the Vikings have have been worked over by this Bellevue team this season. It's just very strange what's happened with VCSU.
VCSU has been fantastic against the top of this league and just downright miserable against the bottom of it. Makes no sense.
It's very, very odd. Well, you've given one key for the Jimmies today, and that's start not so scrambling on offense like they did last night.
100%. And the other, I think, key goes hand in hand with that. Don't let the pressure speed you up. Last night, yes, the turnovers were a problem, but even when they got in a half-court set, it felt like they were rushing everything because they were still in a mode of, we just got to go as fast as we possibly can. Slow the game down, let the game come to you, and she just got introduced. I think if Samantha Paulson gets going early, it tells you that the game's a little slower. She had 2 threes right out of halftime, and that was pretty much her contribution last night. When the game is a little bit slower, more controlled, Samantha's really good. So I think that's a big key. If Samantha Paulson's having a big game, it means that Jamestown has been able to slow down this pressure and really work their offense at a high level.
Remember that you can watch this game at the Jimmie Athletic YouTube page, and as you watch it, and BJ says hi. As you watch it, Jamestown will shoot at the bucket to your left in the first half, wearing orange, and Bellevue to your right in white.
Just shouting out my 1 or 2 fans, that's all.
Nah, you've got more than that. Randy Dunn, Gabby Moore, Josiah Smickens, Zakiya Muhammad, Ashton Arnold for Bellevue, Kate Cordes, Kate Busick, Samantha Paulson, Megan Oswald, Hannah Hoggle for Jamestown. And our opening tip is brought to you by R.M. Stout, your Ford, Dodge, and Jeep dealer in Jamestown. It's Zakiya Muhammad and Hannah Hoggle. Neither takes any quarter. They're both good post players. And the tip off both hands and comes to Brandy Dunn, and Bellevue starts it. We hope you enjoy this last regular season doubleheader of NAIA basketball for the Jimmies. Gabby Moore, top three-point shooter in the league to Ashton Arnold. Bounce inside for Muhammad, dealing with Hoggle near the right corner. Back out front to Moore. Gabby with a stutter step, and a lob at the rim is good. Right-hand runner, and Gabby Moore opens the scoring. 30 seconds into the game, Kate Busick works into the front court for Jamestown, guarded by Josiah Smickens. The young lady from Baltimore, and Busick finds Hoggle with a handoff to Kate Cordes. Left wing, it's Paulson. Moore's on her, out front to Cordes for a pass inside. Hoggle couldn't break free from the defensive Muhammad, and the ball goes out of bounds on Jamestown's first possession.
So on the screen for Cordes from Hoggle, they showed and recovered. That is an old school way of defending pick and roll. You just don't see that very often.
2-0 Bellevue, their second possession. Gabby Moore with a lob to Zakai Muhammad. At the foul line extended. Now she drives and scores.
Well, this is an extension of what we saw last night with Dakota State able to get into the lane whenever they wanted to.
4-0 Bellevue, 8:50 in the first quarter on the Gun and Reel Sports scoreboard. And again, you give Muhammad and Arnold especially the chance to move into that lane. Brother, they're going to take it. Cordes uses a hoggle screen behind the back dribble. Right wing Busick on the angle near the right corner. There's Samantha Paulson. And she fires and missed everything. And the rebound to Ashton Arnold. Well, just what BJ was saying. She got a chance early, but threw up an air ball. Moore on the right baseline for Muhammad for Bellevue. Out front to Mickens. Left wing angle three is off the back rim, but she gained her own long rebound and handed it out to Arnold. Offense reset. Entry to Muhammad, middle of the lane. On the right baseline, it is Mickens for a left angle three by Dunn. That's an air ball and not able to save it as Mickens. It's out of bounds to Jamestown.
It's not a good three-point shooting team, just 31% on the season. And frankly, the first one was an okay shot. The second one should have never been put in the air.
Yeah, that's so you talk about things being rushed. Yeah, that one was rushed just a little. Here's a lob inside intended for Hoggle, but Zakiya Muhammad knocked it out of bounds.
So Muhammad is fronting Hoggle. You're not going to be able to fire it in there. You're going to have to stop for a moment and lob it over the top of Muhammad.
Busick on the inbound. Looks for someone open. 2 minutes into the game. Arnold got a hand on it, knocked it out of bounds. And a pass that was nowhere near the intended target, who was Megan Oswald.
This is another extremely slow start for the Jimmies.
They've had one shot. They've had one turnover. Cordes into the lane on the left side for Megan Oswald. Right elbow moves to the left block. Fade away over Arnold. Banked it in.
That is a really nice post move by Megan Oswald.
Against a very tough defender. 4-2 Bellevue, 7:35 in the first on the Gun and Reel Sports scoreboard. Gabby Moore on the right baseline. Back out to Josiah Mickens. To Brandy Dunn. Left wing for Mickens, trying to drive on Busick. Hoggle nearly trapped it. Then Mickens had nowhere to throw the ball except to Megan Oswald. She's wearing orange, and that's a turnover. Into the front court, Kate Cordes with an Oswald screen. Backs up for a three. Missing Hoggle. Offensive board until Muhammad ripped it away. And into the front court comes Ashton Arnold for Bellevue, and knocked out of bounds by Megan Oswald. Bellevue will inbound as the Bruins bring in Kaylee Danker, a 6'1" sophomore from Lincoln, Nebraska, who's been good off their bench. 9.9 points and 5.8 rebounds a game and 19 block shots. Into Mickens now on the right side for Gabby Moore, and it's knocked away by a Jimmie and out of bounds.
I tell you what, Muhammad gives them about 3 minutes, and it was 100% effort. That's how you want your players to play.
Into Brandy Dunn on the right baseline pass for Mickens, but Hoggle blocked it out of bounds. A big block by Hannah is number 13 for her this season. 17 still on Bellevue shot clock.
Just to finish that thought, you hear coaches talk all the time, give me all you've got and then let me know you need a break. That's exactly what Muhammad did.
Here is Taylor Dement. We referred to her earlier. Good player, 5'5" senior point guard from Tulsa, Oklahoma, the Central Oklahoma transfer. 8 points and 2 rebounds a game, just her 10th game after an injury. It's into Danker, handed to Brandy Dunn on the right side, to Gabby Moore, to Ashton Arnold on the right of the lane for a 12-foot runner in the lane on a little fadeaway. It's good. First two for Ashton Arnold.
Not bad defense, just a better shot.
6-2 Bellevue, 6:40 in the first quarter on the Gun and Reel Sports scoreboard. Kate Cordes for Jamestown, trying to get the offense going. A right baseline drive is knocked away by Brandy Dunn and out of bounds. As the senior Jalen Martinson comes in for the Jimmies, 5'9" senior from Devil's Lake. Jaden Weiss, the 5'5" freshman from Mandan. 5'3" freshman, I should say. She probably wishes she was 5'5". 8 points, 1.8 rebounds. And Jessica Lostrom, the 6-foot freshman from Grand Rapids, Minnesota. 7.8 points, 4.9 rebounds. A 3 left wing by Busick. No, but Dunn couldn't hang on to the rebound, and it's out of bounds. It'll stay with Jamestown. The averages for Jalen Martinson, 4.3 points and 2.5 boards.
And if you think Jessica Lostrom isn't missed by Grand Rapids, I have a stat for you in just a second.
Yes, indeed. Here's a baseline to play to Lostrom from Busick and put it in.
Really good move. by the freshman.
Yeah, first two for Lostrom, 6-4 now for Bellevue. It's 6:15 in the first quarter on the Gun and Reel Sports Scoreboard. So glad to have you with us on 107.1 and online. Dunn has lost her dribble. Now she's lost the ball because Kate Busick took it away for Jamestown. Left wing for Cordes, into the right corner for Lostrom. Right angle, tried a three, or wanted to anyway, was Weiss, but then shuffled that pivot foot, and it's a travel.
So the stat on
yes,
on the Thunderbirds. First time in 27 years they will not play a home playoff game.
Yeah.
That is a powerhouse program, but no more Lofstrom meant down years.
And the pass knocked out of bounds by Jamestown. Yeah, Eric Blair, fine head coach there, and he was quoted as saying about Jessica Lostrom that she was the backbone of their team, especially last year when she averaged over 20 a game. 24 still on the Bellevue shot clock. It'll be inbounded by Taylor Dement, right baseline to Ashton Arnold, right wing on the ankle. 6'4" Bellevue in front, left wing Moore. Look out, a three is off the back rim. And Busick rebounds. Jimmie's have another chance to tie her lead. Lostrom down floor. Right angle three, Weiss on the way. Grazed off the left rim. Taylor Dement rebounds for Bellevue. Bruins speed into the front court. All the way to the rim is Dement off glass and rim and no good, and Martinson the rebound. Dement wasn't afraid to move through traffic there. Didn't have the numbers, went to the rim anyway. Cordes for Jamestown, left wing to Busick. Dement out to Garter. Busick counts on her now. Martinson looks to set a screen. Busick's to the right part of the lane with 11 on the timer. Lostrom, right elbow to the middle of the lane. Arnold waiting for her. Left wing Weiss, 5 to shoot. 4, drive. Arnold knocked it away. Picked up by Gabby Moore. Great D there by Bellevue. Moore all the way to Cup with a layup. It didn't go, and Martinson the rebound. Cordes into the front court as the Jimmie speeded in. 5-on-4 if they can hurry. Yeah, they put up a three from Weiss, and it's too long, but she gained her own long rebound. Busick and the offense is reset. They have a 5-on-4 for a moment anyway. Moore is back in the play now. Right baseline, it's Busick. Left corner, Martinson. Open three. Everything missed. But the rebound went off the hand of Kaylee Danker in Bellevue. And Jamestown will have it back with 8 on the shot clock as Josiah Mickens comes in as Gabby Moore takes her first rest.
Some pretty cold shooting early for Jamestown. Just 2 for 10 and 0 for 6 from 3. What a look.
Make it 3 of 11 as the inbounds pass came to Jalen Martinson for a layup. That is a great play off the inbound, and it's tied for the first time at 6. Last 4 to the Jimmies, 4:20 in the first quarter in the Gun and Reel Sports Scoreboard. Arnold nearly lost that ball, came to the right block, off the left rim, Lostrom in there in traffic for the Jamestown rebound. Jimmies look for their first lead. Weiss to Busick and into the front court. Bellevue's back well defensively. Busick to the left wing for an angle three. That missed everything. Lostrom tried to save it, but it came right to Bellevue's Taylor Dement. To Arnold, onto the right wing for Drew Zuha, who has entered the game, and she's knocked out of play and fouled by Jamestown's Kate Busick. That's the first foul on either team in this game as Hannah Hoggle returns. Zuha started earlier, a 5'6" freshman from La Vista, Nebraska. That's in that same area south of Omaha where Bellevue and Papillion are. 5.4 points, 1.9 rebounds a game.
Two teams are combined 0 for 10 from 3.
Yeah, already 10 3-pointers put up. Jamestown's already put up 7. Here's Mickens with a baseline. Good bounce pass inside to Danker, who missed but drew a foul, and she'll have a couple of free throws. Jamestown's second foul is the first on Kate Cordes.
There's some good girls high school basketball in Nebraska as well.
Yes.
Especially at the teeny tiny schools.
Danker was a good player in Lincoln East. She's a 69% foul shooter. First of 2 off the back rim. Muhammad, we told you about Zakai Muhammad. She played at Omaha Benson and once had 36 rebounds in one game for Benson High. Yeah.
That's more rebounds than minutes in the game.
That's right. One more for Danker is good.
My word, I can't even imagine that.
It is kind of hard to fathom, isn't it? But you talked about her giving her all. She's done that in basketball for a long time. 7-6 Bellevue, and they do put on some pressure. 3:41 in the first quarter in the Gun and Reel Sports Scoreboard. And a slogging game so far, trying to make a steal for Dement off a bad pass by Lostrom. Couldn't hang on and will stay out of bounds with Jamestown. But again, they get away with not a very good play.
Yeah, Lostrom didn't really look before she tried to make that pass, just kind of blindly made it. Oh, what a pass!
Bounce to Wiest, and she is fouled. About a 24-foot bounce pass from Hannah Hoggle to Jaden Wiest down the left block, and she draws Bellevue's first foul on Brandy Dunn. That was wonderful.
I don't think we've seen Hannah Hoggle make that kind of a pass all year. That was some kind of pass.
Wiest, a 65% foul shooter. You know how I like that bounce pass. First one's good. It's tied at 7. Jimmy's will go for their first lead with Wiest's second free throw right here.
I firmly believe if more teams bounce pass, you'd never see a full court press again.
Yep. Second one's good, and Jamestown has their first lead. 8-7, 3:32 in the first quarter. Yeah, you just don't see as many bounce passes as you used to. Yeah, I know. Get off my lawn. I'm an old man. Here's Dunn for Mickens inside. Nearly lost it. Able to move to the right corner. Inside for Danker. Tipped away by Hoggle, but picked up by Mickens. 13 on the shot clock. They're trying to trap her. Back to Brandy Dunn. 9 on the timer. Drives over Lostrom. Tough shot left short. Rebound Jalen Martinson and Jamestown. Still only 3 of 12 shooting, but starting to get their bearings defensively now. Lostrom on the right block. Back out front to Cordes. Zuha guards her tightly. Kate moving toward the right lane line to Hoggle at the top of the lane. Drives inside. Danker knocked it away, but Hoggle regained it for Lostrom in the lane. Good from 8.
Very good find because the help comes over, and then once Hannah lost the basketball, you got a mad scramble from Bellevue defensively.
Now 10-7 for Jamestown. The Jimmies have the last 4. Danker in the lane. Turn around right over Hoggle. Off the back rim too hard. Rebound tip, and Kate Cordes has it for Jamestown. They now have an 11-7 rebounding advantage in this first quarter. Yeah, a lot of rebounds because of all the misses. Cordes trying to pass it inside, but Zuha got a hand on it, and Kaylee Danker picked it up for Bellevue. To Taylor Dement. Left of the old circle. Straight away, it is Danker. 13-footer, left lane line. Kaylee's good.
First field goal in 5 minutes for the Bruins.
2 minutes remain in the first quarter. It's Jamestown 10, Bellevue 9. Martinson for the Jimmies. Left wing, if you're watching, it's the bucket to your left where they shoot. Hoggle on the old circle. Spins on Danker. Fade away, wanted a foul, drew a foul.
I think it was done, and if it was, it's her second. Yep, that's
yes,
done.
Sir. And they were ready for substitutions anyway, but that's even more reason for Dave Denley to get Dunn off the floor. Moore is back in. Muhammad's back in. Arnold returns. Sarah Lenz, the senior, makes her first appearance today for Jamestown. 5'7" from Belle Plaine, Minnesota. Kate Busick returns too. Hannah Hoggle at the line for 2. She's 73%, but the first one's too long. Jimmie 79%. From the line, best in the North Star, second in the country. Again, just like last night, still just a little bit behind Pikeville in Kentucky. Second one's good. 11-9 Jamestown, and with Hoggle out, here comes Megan Oswald back in.
It's been a first quarter of very few whistles, so I'm sure substitution sequence is a little messed up for both coaches right now.
Yeah, with all the misses. Been a little uneven. Muhammad to Moore to the left, driving on a block is a good play. Pass Busick and scores to the left block, and it's tied at 11.
Just isolated on that side of the floor and took Busick off the bounce one-on-one.
Well, Moore has 6 points, and a couple of them inside. We told you what a good three-point shooter she is. Oswald for Jamestown with 1:10 in the quarter in a tie game. To Kate Busick, a screen by Oswald might have been moving. Lostrom, a right wing 3 off glass and rim and no good. Zakiya Muhammad rebounds with a minute left in the opening quarter. Gabby Moore into the front court, again looking to drive inside, but Lenz cuts her off. Back out to Josiah Mickens. Moore on the right side. Jamestown, they're playing his own. Muhammad down the right block, 10 to shoot. Out for Moore. They are playing zone. 14-footer for Gabby's too long. Lenz the rebound. That's interesting that Jamestown would play zone, isn't it?
It's an alteration to a man-to-man defense that makes it look like zone. They do not respect Mickens' ability to shoot the basketball.
And the numbers would tell you that bears out. 17 seconds on the game clock, 13 on the shot clock. Left wing Weist wants a three way over the rim. Oswald leaped for the rebound too high. Muhammad the rebound, 9 seconds in the quarter. To demand into the front court, right-hand dribble. Weist on her 4 seconds three. Muhammad down on the baseline all alone, lays it in and gives Bellevue the lead at the end of the first quarter on the Gun & Reel Sports scoreboard. It's Bellevue 13, Jamestown 11 after, let's put it nicely and say, an uneven first quarter on Jamestown 107.1. This is the voice of the Jimmies.
Some of us were born to farm, some diesels. Cenex Ruby Fieldmaster comes with a more complete additive package for a more complete burn to reduce particulate matter and keep filters cleaner for longer. Fuel your equipment like a pro with Cenex Ruby Fieldmaster and leave typical number 2 diesel to the amateurs. Cenex Premium Diesel. Diesel that doesn't mess around.
Jamestown 107.1.
Well, all the good shooting that the men had here last night, both teams being very firmly replaced by some ice-cold shooting this afternoon. Jamestown, 4 out of 15, 27% in the first quarter. Bellevue, 6 of 16, and the two teams are combined 0 for 12. And David, the last of those 12 three-point attempts is probably the worst one of the day. I don't know if Jaden Weiss thought the clock was closer to 0 or not, but she had plenty of time and just took a really rough shot.
That is how you learn when you are a freshman.
Yep.
Teams still have the arrow on the ball to start the second quarter.
And really, that gave Bellevue the opportunity to get out in transition and get that last second bucket.
And Muhammad got ahead of everybody, and they saw that she did. 13-11 Bellevue as the second quarter begins. It's back to Cordes, lobbing for Oswald. Baseline drive, but off the glass and too hard. And Arnold made her change the shot, and then Ashton gained the rebound. Right wing for Josiah Smickens. Middle of the right wing, Drew Zuha for Bellevue. Left wing on the angle, Gabby Moore. Again for Zuha. Right baseline, knocked out of bounds by Lenz. 13 still in the Bellevue shot clock. Gabby Moore is from Webster Groves, Missouri. I don't know if you were listening when we were in Bellevue, but there's a trivia question about Webster Groves and somebody really famous who's from there. We'll get to it later. Into Muhammad for a drive and left that one short. There was good D that time. Best post D Jamestown's played so far. Oswald the rebound.
So Jamestown is basically playing packet-in defense.
Mm-hmm. Well, against Muhammad and Arnold, that's not the worst idea. Cordes driving on Zuha. On the right baseline, it's Busick. A little bit of a clear-off, they didn't call it. Oswald in the left corner for Lostrom. 9 to shoot. Jessica stops, hands it to Oswald. 5 on the timer. Lenz, a left angle 3. Missed everything. Busick could not hang on to the rebound. Out of bounds to Jamestown. And Thad Sankey's got to be wondering about some of these threes his team's taking.
They are 0 for 10. I mean, this is a good three-point shooting team. I mean, they come in hitting 34%. First in the league.
Yeah, it's in the top 25 in the country. Here is a drive on the right baseline. Arnold got knocked to the floor as he missed the shot by Megan Oswald, and that is her first and the Jimmy's first team foul here in the second.
Right now, this game is kind of being played at the pace of a last day of school.
Yeah.
I mean, it really is. There is not a lot of flow to this thing at all.
You can about book it when Ashton Arnold goes to the line. 86% before she hit the first. 69% overall for Bellevue, who leads now 14-11. Second one's also good. So 4 in a row for Bellevue after it was tied. It's 15-11 Bruins. 8:40 in the first half in the Gun & Reel Sports scoreboard. Busick trying to work her way away from Mickens into the front court. Now handed back to Oswald, guarded by Zakiah Muhammad. Lostrom backs for a right angle 3. That's good. Lostrom was able to move beyond the arc, set and shoot.
She's been their best player early in this game with 7 points.
20th made 3 of the year. The first made 3 for either team in 14 tries. 15-14 Bellevue, 8-12 first half. Arnold cross court for Josiah Mickens in the right corner. A spin, a drive to the hoop, and a tough shot goes for the young lady from Baltimore.
And that's where they're going to make her try to shoot it from.
Her first two, 17-14. Bellevue. Yeah, they'll let her take that shot all day, but she did a nice job there. Pass inside to Oswald, and she's fouled as she tried to move her way toward the rim by Zakiya Muhammad. And that's her first, and the first team foul is Hallie Sabla makes her first appearance, the 5'7" freshman from Mountain Iron, Minnesota. For the Jimmies, 2.3 points and 2.1 rebounds a game. It's into Hannah Hoggle, back to Busick, who triggered the inbound. Up top to Sabla, left wing to Kate Cordes. Kate, left of the circle, still has not scored in this game. Drives in the lane. She scored now. She hit it from 11.
Both teams are playing a packet in defense. That's pretty interesting to me.
17-16 Bellevue. Here's an Arnold three. Good. Well, that's an attempt to try to break Jamestown out of that packet in defense, and Arnold hits her 17th three of the year, and it's 20-16 Bellevue, and she's up to 7 points. Sabo on the right baseline for Hannah Hoggle. Left wing, Busick for an open three. Off the left rim, Hoggle on offensive board, follows and hits.
Well done on the offensive glass by the senior.
20-18, Bellevue by 2. Moore's back in the front court quickly. From Mickens behind the back dribble. Jumper from 18, short. Again, they'll let her take that shot all day. Rebound Sabala to Kate Cordes down floor for the Jimmies. Dribbled it off her foot. She's able to regain it, but needs some help. And Lostrom provides it by taking the pass. To Sabala right wing on the angle. Hallie back up top to Busick. 14 on the shot clock, and just knocked over and pushed over is Hoggle after she gained the pass on the left block by Muhammad. We told you that's her second foul. She plays hard. That time it was a little too hard.
It was. And at the other end, Mickens being dared to shoot that. This is just like in baseball when you're facing a soft tosser. You have to be disciplined enough to not try to pull the ball there.
Right.
You have to be disciplined enough to not take that shot there.
So Muhammad out with her 2 fouls, and Kaylee Danker's back in, and the inbounds pass is fumbled by Sabala into the backcourt for a violation on Jamestown. Oh, boy.
Well, it's worth saying, I guess. The Bellevue-Dickinson State game last night in the women's game was not very pretty either.
Yeah, it was a lot like, that was a lot like this one is going. Drew Zuha's back in. Bounced it to Dinker, and again, that's the type of game Bellevue will love to play. Fade away by Earl in the lane, good, and Ashton's up to 9. 22-18 for Bellevue, 6-10 first half on the Goneril Sports scoreboard. Cordes behind the back dribble, in the lane, high off the glass, didn't go. Wild shot. Arnold the rebound, Ashton's down floor. Bounce from Mickens on the left baseline. Finds Kaylee Danker, out front to Drew Zuha. Into the lane with good speed, and impeded but not fouled by Lostrom, out of bounds. It'll stay with Bellevue with 5:53 in the half as Brandy Dunn and Taylor DeMent return to the Bruin lineup for Josiah Mickens and Drew Zuha.
Seems to me, David, this game needs something to actually get it going. I don't know what it is, but it needs something to get it going.
Yeah, from both teams' point of view. Moore with an inside pass to Arnold, backs near the right corner, 11 on the shot clock. Hoggle got a hand on that, and Jessica Lostrom takes it away. Down floor for Sabala. Drove toward the hole and knocked out of her hand by Gabby Moore and out of bounds. All right, so what famous broadcaster, we told you she's from Webster Groves, what famous broadcaster went to Webster Groves High School?
I do remember listening. I don't remember the answer.
You don't remember the answer?
Yep.
Give you folks a few more minutes to think about it if you don't remember. It's into Kate Cordes. St. Louis area, so think Cardinals broadcaster. Hoggle with a drive in the lane. Scoop. Oh, tough shot and good D by Danker. Made her miss. Rebound Arnold. Really good D that time by Kaylee Danker. Arnold, one player break all the way to the hole, but fouled by Lostrom. Well, that's what Arnold does. She's not only tough, but she's speedy.
And the stop and go ability, really impressive at about 18 feet. I mean, this is my first time seeing Bellevue. I can understand why teams struggle offensively against them. They are big, they're physical, they alter a lot of shots, and they do not play with a whole lot of pace.
Now, in the game at Bellevue, as the first free throw is good for Arnold, they struggled offensively in that game really until the second half. I mean, you don't want to play these guys these ladies next week. Second one's also good for Arnold. Jalen Martinson Jaden Weiss come back in for Jamestown. Bellevue brings in Amina Hall, 5'10", fifth-year senior from Denton, Texas. 1.4 points, 1.6 rebounds.
Yes, Saginaw Braswell High School.
No, Braswell High in Denton.
Oh, Denton Braswell, that's right.
It's a fairly, 15-year-old school. Here is Weiss, left wing, a three after taking the pass from Cordes, high off the back rim. Lost from the offensive board on the long rebound. Refreshes the shot clock to 20. Cordes with one bucket today, working against the men. Two passes, bring it to the left corner for Lostrom. 7 on the shot clock. Weiss sets up for a left wing three, and Jaden hit it.
Needed that one.
Number 48 in the year, and didn't rush that one.
Did not at all, yeah.
24-21 Bellevue, 4:33 in the first half on the Gunner Reel Sports scoreboard. Moore, guarded by Cordes, uses a Danker screen, moves to the circle. 16-footers too long, but Danker, Kaylee ran down the offensive board, and then it's knocked out of bounds. Okay, so Gabby Moore went to Webster Groves, the famous broadcaster who went to Webster Groves.
Harry
Come out from under the counter, Steve.
That's right, yeah.
I'll tell that story again when we get a chance about Harry and what a good baseball player he was. Left wing, a three is off the rim by Dunn, and it's rebounded by Lostrom. Jimmie's down 3. Kate Cordes in the front court. Lostrom a screen, now handed to her from Cordes for a three on the left side off both sides of the rim. Rebound tipped and came to Bellevue's Taylor DeMent. Yep, 3-on-1, down floor to Moore, but the Jimmies got back well. And Moore got cut off by Cordes. Now Danker with a drive inside off the glass, and Cordes the rebound. That's nice recovery defensively there by Jamestown. Down floor, Martinson tried to save it, couldn't quite do it. Got away from her and out of bounds.
And I think that's what Coach Denley's saying. Go! It's 3-on-1.
Yep.
There's no way they should get back defensively.
But they did. But then they turned it over. For the 5th time.
Oh, to be a fly on the wall of these halftime locker rooms.
Going to be a couple of unhappy coaches talking to players, I think. Danker turn around at the foul line. That's too long. And Martinson hustling to gain that rebound for Jamestown. 3:25 and a half. Jimmie's down 3 to Bellevue, 24-21. Weiss for Cordes up top. Kate with a Martinson screen. To Jalen, left baseline. Fouled as she went to the glass by Kaylee Danker. Her first and team foul number 3.
I do wonder if this is just part of, you have seen so much of the other team, that this is just what it's going to be like.
Oh, sure.
Now.
Yeah. And Wednesday night could be the same thing in both of the games these teams play. Samantha Paulson returns for Kate Busek. 2 free throws for Jalen Martinson coming here.
I mean, we're to the point where one bench can give a signal, the other bench sees it and immediately knows exactly what play is coming.
Yeah, no kidding. 76% free throw shooter made the first. One more inside joke again. Jalen missed the second, rebounded Ashton Arnold. Just tweet BJ, he'll explain it to you. Taylor DeMent for Bellevue is up 2-24-22, 3:04 and a half in the Gunner Reel Sports scoreboard. Good play, Paulson knocked it away, but Danker's able to gain it. Close to a dual possession, they didn't call it though. Arnold, right foul line extended. Jumper good. Ashton Arnold open again. And now she's up to 13.
And you can't get up on her, otherwise she puts it on the floor and gets past you. That's a tough spot as a defender.
Bellevue's lead is 26-22 over Jamestown. 2:40 in the first half. Cordes down the right lane line. Triple team. So it's a kick out to Paulson. She kicks it out now to Cordes right wing on the angle. Guarded by Dunn. Here goes the movement. Left foul line extended to Martinson, to Paulson, to Lostrom in the right corner with 5 on the timer. 3 way off. Weiss couldn't save it. And again, they're rushing these shots, BJ, at the end of shot clocks.
There's been, I think, one good 3 taken, and it was the one off the Lostrom offensive rebound that Jaden hit.
Yeah, the one of the 2 they've hit. Lostrom hit 1 too, but yeah, Weiss was the best one they've had so far. DeMent to Arnold for Bellevue, who's looking to extend a 4-point lead. Fade away in the lead, she hit again. Double teamed. Ashton Arnold is now 5 of 6 shooting and has 15.
Quite the half indeed.
28-22 Bellevue, 151 and a half on the Gunner Reel Sports scoreboard. Lostrom, now the Jimmies could use a bucket. Cornice around a Lostrom screen. Baseline, Martinson, layup good.
Really nice job of diving off the screen by Martinson to get wide open in the post.
The former Devils Lake Firebird has 5, 28-24 Bellevue. 90 seconds remain in the first half. Taylor Dementa, Brandy Dunn, and Lane to Kaylee Danker from 9 off glass. Rebound Martinson. Back to Cordes. Bellevue's already back, not allowing the Jimmies to really push it all the way, although Cordes does come to a baseline drive on the right and drew a foul. Kate was still going to take it, even though they were set defensively. And this one is on...
oh, wow. I thought it was done, but it wasn't.
Yeah, it's Moore's first. It would have been Dunn's third. She comes out now. Drew Zuha's back in. And Kate Cordes at the line for a couple. 93% hits the first for a third point of this half.
Boy, where would they be right now without Lofstrom?
Second one, good. Yeah, they'd be in some trouble. Lostrom has 7. Cordes now with 4. 28-26 Bellevue, 1:13 in the first half. Mickens, who's just returned 2 to Arnold. Back to Josias Mickens. To Arnold for Kaylee Danker. Now to Gabby Moore, right wing on the angle. For Danker at a high post. Pass intended for Arnold, too far and intercepted by Kate Cordes. Calls out a play. She comes down floor to Paulson, who moves into the circle, working on Arnold. The Lostrom on the right baseline with 50 seconds left in the half. Right corner of Paulson, 3 off both sides of the rim. Offensive rebound, Martinson. To Lofstrom in the left lane line. 42 seconds in the half. Weiss drives right past Mickens, then past Arnold, who fouled her. And there again, fearless Jaden Weiss, knowing that there was going to be a cutter down to try to defend her, and she drew that first foul on Ashton Arnold.
And Martinson's already got 6 rebounds. Just an outstanding half. 5 points and 6 boards right now for Jalen Martinson.
Weiss hit a couple of free throws earlier. First here for Jaden is too long. Bellevue has brought in Daniel Coyer for some more size, a 6'2 freshman from Bellevue, Nebraska. Stayed at home to play college basketball. 3 points, 1.8 rebounds. They're both missing for Weiss, but the offensive rebound, there's a 7th board for Martinson. Jimmy's keep it with 33 seconds in the half. From Cordes, it's too far for Martinson, and Mickens picked it up. 6 turnover on the Jimmies. Clock's basically the same, so there's 24 seconds left in the half, so Bellevue can run it down to the nub if they wish. And waiting is Mickens as the clock ticks to 14 and 13. She keeps dribbling, so the count is not on her. Starts her drive with 8. 7 down the right lane line, and bumped by Paulson. And that's not a bad foul at all because it's her first and it's only the 3rd on the Jimmies.
You could do it again. If you get beat off the dribble, just reach out and touch somebody because you have a foul to give.
Great. Now you've got that 50-year-old jingle in my head. Here's inside to Coyer. Lost the ball off her hip, but it was touched last by Jamestown and out of bounds with 4.5 seconds. Armstown halftime report is coming up for you. Mickens left baseline inbounds. Brings it up to Arnold, a 3, but Lostrom blocked that one. Brought in by Paulson as the half comes to an end. Jamestown's within 2, despite Ashton Arnold's big first half, which could have been even bigger if not for a pretty timely block there by Jessica Lostrom. Not the neatest half of basketball, but the Jimmies right in as they try to have a second-place tie in the end of the regular season standings in the North Star. Halftime score on the Gun and Reel Sports scoreboard, the Bellevue Bruins 28, the Jamestown Jimmies 26, and that Armstown halftime report comes next on Jamestown 107.1. This is the voice of the Jimmies.
Attention all physical therapists and physical therapy assistants. Are you ready to love where you work? At Apex Physical Therapy and Wellness Center, we're hiring. And this isn't just another job opportunity. Here, you'll enjoy a true work-life balance, a comprehensive benefits package, and a positive, supportive team culture. And we're offering a signing bonus for you to come on board. This is your chance to grow your passion while making a real impact in the lives of our patients. Apply now at apexptwellness.com.
Apex Physical Therapy and Wellness Center. Physical medicine with personal connection. Two Rivers Activity Center in Jamestown is hiring. Do you like interacting with people? Do you enjoy a fun, upbeat atmosphere and a clean workspace? If so, the perfect opportunity awaits you at TRAP. They're currently hiring for a variety of part-time positions for lifeguard and guest service and wellness attendants. They'll work with your existing schedule, whether you already have another job or are a college student. Check out trackjamestown.com to learn more about these positions and how to apply today.
The Frontier Fort invites you in for a true Dakota Territory dining experience. This unique location looks like an authentic 1800s fort. Head upstairs and you'll be greeted with the mouth-watering aroma of freshly grilled ribeyes and barbecued ribs. They're open from 4 to 9 Monday through Saturday, and their legendary prime rib is served on Fridays and Saturdays. Call 252-7492 for takeout. The Frontier Fort on the road to the Buffalo in Jamestown.
Jamestown 107.1.
Halftime's here at Harold Newman Arena. The Arm Stout Halftime Report brought to you by Arm Stout, the right value since 1941. Jimmie women in a tussle with Bellevue. I'm going to say the word again, rock fight. 28-26 Bellevue at the half. Head coach Casey Brueggemann, well, you've been in your share of games like this. This is not an easy type of game to coach, is it?
Late season grinder here. So these two teams are fighting, and I guess this is what you try to do as a coach. You try to really get your defense in the right spot by the end of the year, and it's just tougher to score, especially two good teams like this.
Yeah.
So how do you keep things fresh when you're facing the same teams over and over and over, where it doesn't come to a halt because the other team knows what you're doing or you know what they're doing?
You know, I got a math education background, so I guess you try to get up in front with that lesson plan, the scouting report, and bring great energy, and just try to remind the guys, like, hey, this is what was successful last time. This is where they maybe hurt us last time, and these are our keys. You have to, at the end of the day, be who you are. We always try to have our guys play fast, play free, and play with confidence, and that's always the number one goal.
This is a team today in a Bellevue that you're going to see that's a little motivated, because you know they're in a bad way right now, but they had a game last night that they very well could have won out in Dickinson. And yeah, it says it's a 7-game losing streak, but as I said in our pregame, 4 of those losses have been by a total of 12 points. This is a team that's a lot better than the record they're showing.
I mean, look at them down there. There's some massive dudes. They're very well coached. They're tough. They have some really good perimeter players to go along with their size. They took Dickinson all the way down to the wire. It's them where we battled, and we're just able to separate a little bit in the second half. And we know we're going to have to really fight, especially on the defensive end, to slow these guys down.
You look at this game, and this is the one to me where knowing the personnel of your team, and this is my first chance to see Bellevue, but just looking at the size of the human beings away to our right, this is the kind of game where I would imagine, yeah, you guys want to run and make 280 pounds of muscle try and chase you all over the place.
I don't know where Coach Gabriel finds these guys, but I feel like there's another 6'9", 200-plus pound just beast down low coming off the bench every game for them. So, yes, they have some great size. We will try to take advantage of opportunities early in possessions as much as we can. But as we've seen this year, when we have good defense, that fuels good offense, and vice versa as well. When we can take care of the basketball, generate good shots, make them work on the defensive end, that's going to help out our defense as well.
You've had some games where you've shot well this year, but last night was your best shooting percentage so far.
Ultimately, in the second half, I don't think there is a key per se of the second half. This is literally going to be who can just go on an 8-0 run. I mean, that might be what this comes down to.
As strange as that sounds, you're probably right about that. Just the way this game is going, and again, I'll be curious to see if both teams continue to, as the saying is, pack the paint defensively, because we saw it from both sides in the first half.
We have been watching an entire half of the Tony Bennett pack line defense from both teams. And, yeah, this is what happens when you play a pack line defense, 100%. I mean, I think probably you see more minutes for Jalen Martinson just because this kind of is a game where a player like that can be very important, and she might have a chance at a double-double.
But 7 boards and 2 big offensive rebounds in that first half for Jalen. So let's see what the second half brings. That's our Arm Stout Halftime Report. Bellevue leading Jamestown in this regular season finale at Harold Newman Arena at halftime, 28-26 in the second half is next on Jamestown 107.1. This is the voice of the Jimmies.
When you're working outdoors, unpredictability is the norm. Tackle your toughest jobs with the 2025 Honda Pioneer 700. This rugged side-by-side brings the power with reliable torque for towing and smooth shifting for the trails. Choose from 3 trims, Standard, Deluxe, or the True Timber Forest Edition. See the 2025 Honda Pioneer 700 at Gun and Wheel Sports, downtown Jamestown. For your safety, read the owner's manual, wear a helmet, eye protection, close side nets and doors, and always wear seatbelts. Honda side-by-sides are for riders 16 and older.
Repeat. Our North Dakota winters are ever-changing, and that means your tires need to be ready for just about anything. Bring your vehicle to Mike and the crew at Pit Stop Express Lube and have them take a look. As a locally owned shop, they care more about you and your family's safety than the sale, so they will recommend the best fit for your needs. Stop into Pit Stop Express Lube at 117 4th Street Northwest, Jamestown, or call 952-7867.
Jamestown 107.1.
Some days you need a pick. Some days I need a pick-me-up. A lot of days I need a pick-me-up. This game needs a pick-me-up. Bellevue 28, Jamestown 26 as we're about to get the second half started here at Harold Newman Arena.
Yeah, I mean, something has to happen in this game, whether it's an and one layup on a fast break or a 3 with a hand in the back. Something has to happen to get this game going, because right now, I said it once during the first half, it feels like the last day of school and everyone's just kind of going through the motions.
Well, I can tell you this, and they're going to keep defending Kate Cordes tough, but even when she's been defended, she usually gets off more than 4 shots in one half of basketball. I wouldn't expect to see it that low a number in the second half. Brandy Dunn, Gabby Moore, Josiah Smickens, Zakiah Muhammad, Ashton Arnold, the 5 who started the game, start for Bellevue in the second half. And it's Kate Cordes, Kate Busick, Samantha Paulson, Megan Oswald, Hannah Hoggle for Jamestown. Second half throw-in with Bellevue having it. Brought to you by R.M. Stout, the right value since 1941. Josiah Smickens, a screen by Muhammad. Right wing for Gabby Moore. Up top again for Mickens. Left wing, it is Dunn. Down on the left block for Arnold. Now they're doubling her. What a half she have. 3 more left side off the glass. She still hasn't hit one yet today. She has the most in the league.
And she's not going to stop shooting them either. She averages a bunch per game.
She certainly does. Jamestown had the rebound. It is Busick for Oswald left wing 3, no good. But Hoggle had position for the rebound and drew Zakiah Muhammad's 3rd foul.
Looks like we lost the stats monitor.
For a moment anyway. Yeah. But what about that job by Hoggle?
That was a great job.
On the offensive block right there. And it got Muhammad right back out of the game. And it put Daniel Coyer back in left corner 3 off the mark by Busick. But Cordes follows on the block and scores to tie it.
That was such a bad shot, you might be able to give her an assist on that play.
I don't know that they will, but I guess you could. But the main thing for the Jimmies is it's tied at 28. 9:08 in the third on the Gun Real Sports scoreboard. Mickens down low. Coyer with a drive, but left it short. Gained her own board and got fouled. Well, Coyer certainly has the size to eat up some room in the paint and draw fouls like she did just there on Samantha Paulson, her second, the first in the Jimmies.
And she's a good free throw shooter as well.
Hasn't been there much, but she's 15 of 20. You'll take that, and the first is good. And it is 29-28 Bellevue, and no, they did not give Busick an assist on that last bucket. The second one for Coyer is good again.
I'd have been real tempted.
Nice try. 30-28 Bellevue, a minute into the second half on the Gun Real Sports scoreboard. Kate Busick in her final regular season home game. Again, they'll be at home, remember, Wednesday night with Dickinson State in the quarterfinal round of the North Star Women's Basketball Championship. Is Busick with a right wing 3 off a pass from Hoggle that misses. Arnold had the rebound for a moment, knocked out of bounds by Hoggle, and Bellevue will come full court. With Mickens, right down the middle. Kick it back out for Arnold on the right baseline with a drive. And trying to cut her off is Oswald, got past her, and then Hannah Hoggle knocked her down. Hannah's first and the second team foul in the Jimmies.
Hannah's perfectly fine until she swats through. Once you swat through, the equation changes.
Arnold continuing her excellent game. 15 points. She's 4 of 4 at the line. Make it 5 for 5 as the first is good. 31-28 Bellevue. About a minute and a half into the third. The second, yep, she's good. Came in, as we told you, as an 86% foul shooter, and she is 6 for 6 today. 32-28 Bellevue. Down the right alley is Samantha Paulson for Jamestown. Watch it at the Jimmie Athletics YouTube channel. The bucket to your right as you watch. They're in orange. Bellevue's in white. Paulson, right wing on the wing. Trying to give it to Hoggle at a high post. Now does. Working on Coyer. Fade away over her is short off the front rim. There's Arnold again for the rebound. That's her 6th board. Into the front court comes Ashton for Bellevue. Handed out to Coyer. Past Hoggle. Steps inside the arc. Now right wing 3. Arnold off the left rim. Rebound deflected, and Megan Oswald on the run has it for Jamestown. Boy, you think every time Arnold puts one up, it's going to go in this game, but it didn't there. Busick, middle of the right wing for Jamestown, who's down 4, 2.5 into the third quarter. Busick in the right corner was Mickens giving her some trouble. Now finds Oswald. Now Hoggle in the lane. Works on Coyer. Kick out for Paulson, left wing, 8 on the shot clock. To the lane with a drive off the glass and rim. Paulson tried for her own board. Then Coyer had it, and then a reach-in foul, and frankly, not a very good one by Hannah Hoggle. That's her first. They didn't call it on her a moment ago. That is her first foul.
You don't want that foul 94 feet from the basket.
No. So third team foul.
It's the reason why most coaches just decide to go with the bald look. They don't want to show the gray hair. It's fouls like that.
And Thad's too young to have gray hairs. Believe me, if he did have any hair on the top of his head. Turnaround by Arnold, but a 3-second call here on Bellevue. Or Arnold would have made another one. 32-28 Bellevue, 7-13 in the third on the Gun and Reel Sports scoreboard. Busick, now she's lost her dribble, and Arnold's all over. He's got to find somebody, and it's Paulson. Nearly dropped it, but able to hang on to it in the left lane line. Lob out for Cordes with Dunn defending her tightly. 7 minutes to go in the third. Jalen Martinson's back in there and gives it to Cordes. A screen by Jalen to the left, Cordes to the left block. 5 on the timer, right corner, Busick. In traffic around Arnold. Threw it up toward the rim, missed. Arnold, great D again, and another rebound for her. To Moore into the front court for Bellevue. Gabby. Lob inside, but Paulson got in the way of Coyer and knocked it down and intercepted it. Good D there by Samantha. Back up top to Kate Cordes. Still 32-28 Bellevue. That's been the score for a couple moments. Jamestown with a Lostrom drive, and she is fouled as she put it off the back rim. This one is on Coyer, and that's her first. The Jimmies, Lostrom in the line, will try to break a scoring drought of nearly 3 minutes as Jaden Weiss comes in for Kate Busick.
Jamestown is 1 for their last 9 from the field and just shooting 28%.
Busick did hit the first free throw for her first point today. 81% foul shooter in a Jamestown career, or Lostrom, I should say, not Busick, pardon me. Lostrom hit the first, missed the second, 32-29 for Bellevue. 6:15 in the third. Mickens to Moore with a right wing 3. Her first of the game is good.
She shoots a lot of them. 255 coming into the game.
1 for 3 today, and Bellevue now with a 6-point lead, their longest, 35-29, just under 6 minutes left in the third. Cordes for Jamestown to Weist on the right side. Driving on Moore. Between the rings, Paulson. Samantha with a drive on Mickens to the right block. Left it short, and running the rebound down. There is Martinson with another offensive board for a jumper left of the foul line, extended by Lostrom that missed, and Coyer rebounds for Bellevue. Mickens stops at the foul line on the other end and banks it in. 4 for Josias Mickens. 37-29 Bellevue. BJ's wondering if Thad Sankey may take a Hillary Construction timeout, and now he does, because Jamestown probably needs it. 5:22 in the third. Bellevue 37. Jamestown 29. On Jamestown 107.1, this is the voice of the Jimmies.
Why choose professional eye care centers? 3 great reasons are Dr. Bond, Dr. Freilich, and Dr. Jangula, 3 of the most educated professional optometrists you'll ever meet. Next is their many locations. You can now see one of their spectacular doctors in Jamestown, Valley City, Carrington, Edgeley, Ellendale, and Lemoore. And finally, their fantastic selection. And yes, all of their frames and lenses are backed up by warranty. Visit proeyecarecenters.com and make an appointment today. Professional eye care centers, clearly the best.
Your home for UJ Jimmie. AM 1400 KQDJ Jamestown and 107.1 K296HH Jamestown.
A needed timeout there for Jamestown. There's only 1 field goal in 9 attempts in this third quarter. They find themselves down 8 to Bellevue, 37-29. Jaden Weiss to the high post for Jalen Martinson. Down the left lane line, driving on Danker. Spins left, spins right. Drives in, left it short. Lostrom offensive board. Jessica in the lane. Kick out for Weiss. Straight away 3 for the freshman. Another air ball. And out of bounds to Bellevue.
9 of the last 10 to the Bruins. And Jamestown is shooting 25% for the game, and they're 2 for 21 from 3.
1 of 11 shooting for Jamestown in the third quarter, which is just now halfway done. Arnold hounded by Weiss, now by Lostrom, and out of the trap she brings it to Taylor DeMent. Right corner, a Moore 3, open, she's good! Gabby Moore's second of the game and 83rd of the year makes the Bellevue lead 11.
Got to communicate better than that. That is the one shooter you don't leave.
40-29 Bellevue. Cornish 16-footer. That's good for Kate. Just her third bucket today.
I think Kate got hit in the nose.
40-31. Zuha on the other end for Bellevue as the Bruins lead by 9 to Moore for a left corner 3. Spots up and hits again. Look out. Gabby Moore now has 12 suddenly. And another Hillary Construction timeout by Jamestown. The last one didn't take apparently. 4-11 in the third. Jimmie's in some trouble today. They're trailing Bellevue 43-31 on Jamestown 107.1. This is the voice of the Jimmies.
Johnny B's Brickhouse, famous for their pizza, but wait, there's pasta, and their amazing wings, and fresh ground hamburgers, tasty salads and appetizers too. And for dessert, you can't beat their sweet sticks. Come on out for Tuesday night trivia and live entertainment every Thursday night. The place to be is Johnny B's, smack dab in the middle of Main Street, downtown Jamestown. And remember, for delivery and carryout, call 952-8777.
Allie Savola will inbound, and so far, this third quarter has been a royal mess for Jamestown. Still only 2 buckets. They're now down 12 to Bellevue, 43-31. Kate Busick to Hallie Savola up top. Left corner, Weiss into Lostrom on the left block. Driving on Moore. Left it short at the cup. Rebounded by Daniel Coyer. And then a frustration foul on Jamestown on Jalen Martinson. Her first and team foul number 4 on the Jimmies. And it's bordering on listless for this team, frankly.
15-5 in the quarter.
Arnold in double team, and head coach Dave Denley of Bellevue now wants a 30-second Hillary Construction timeout. 3:45 in the third. His Bruins lead the Jimmies 43-31 in Jamestown 107.1. This is the voice of the Jimmies.
Are you dreaming of spring? Jamestown Country Club has been dreaming of it too, so get ready now with a Jamestown Country Club membership. The 18-hole championship course, bar, and restaurant will be waiting for you when the season opens. Sign up now for your membership and be prepared to hit the ground running or golfing as soon as spring arrives. Visit JamestownCountry.club or email jcc58401@gmail.com today. Buy now and be ready to play at Jamestown Country Club.
Jamestown 107.1.
Really rough third quarter, complicated by the fact that Kate Cordes has had to go to the locker room. She took a shot to the nose. And the offense is just It's not even stuck in neutral.
2 of 13. It's Bellevue with the ball. Drive to the rim off both sides of the rim by DeMett. Another Jalen Martinson rebound is her 9th. But now the Jimmies need more than rebounds. They need hoops. Down 43-31, 3:25 in the third. Right baseline it is Martinson. Kick out Wiest. Made Zuha miss. Kicks it out. Got to kick it out to somebody. Now it's on the right wing for Busick. 9 on the timer. Down low. Martinson couldn't handle it. Turnover. 7th on the Jimmies. Taken away by Ashton Arnold. Taylor DeMent on the right side for Zuha. Bounce, baseline, Coyer, foul. Well, Bellevue's doing the job, certainly, BJ. Don't want to take away from what they're doing, and they're playing well defensively, but this is as bad as this Jamestown team's looked all year.
It absolutely is, at the worst possible time. I mean, they're winning rebounding, that's great. They're winning bench points, that's great. You can't shoot 26% and 10% from 3. Can't do it.
Coyer hit the first free throw to make it 44-31 Bellevue. Second one's too long. Zuha couldn't hang on to the rebound. We'll go to Jamestown. As Hannah Hoggle returns for Jalen Martinson. That's a career high, by the way, in rebounds for Jalen. She had 6 in games several times. She has 9 today.
Well, that answers my question if she's ever had a double-double. No, she hasn't.
She has not. Jessica Lostrom for the Jimmies. 2:44 in the third. They're down 13 to Bellevue, 44-31. Busick middle of the right wing. Right corner, stepping on the sideline was Lostrom before she took a 3.
Just one of those days, David. One of those. I mean, this quarter is 16-5.
And Kate Cordes is back on the bench now. Not back in the game yet. DeMent down low, Coyer, layup, good. 15-point Bellevue lead, 46-34. And stolen by DeMent, taken away from Wiest, a layup, good. And Bellevue, again, if they win, they can say they're tied for second in the league with Jamestown, and they're up 17. Lostrom, a right wing 3 is good. And another Hillary Construction timeout by head coach Thad Sankey will keep it here for this one. 11 now for Jessica, 2:06 in the third. All that does, for the moment anyway, is cut Bellevue's lead to 48-34 on the Gun and Reel Sports scoreboard.
And I don't think you can press, because that's what happened the last time, is they got down the court in a hurry and got a layup. So what is the answer? Well, the answer is the law of averages say you're not going to shoot 28% for the game when you come in shooting 41% as a team. So it's got to heat up, right? Well, you would think so.
The answer is try to solve, and then this is a lot easier said than done, but try to solve the way this team's playing defense. But that wasn't that last trip down where they got that easy bucket. It's rare to see a Thad Sankey coach team get out hustled like that. Kate Cordes is back on the floor, by the way, along with Hannah Hoggle, Hallie Sabala, Jessica Lostrom, and Kate Busick. Bellevue's 5 are Josiah Mickens, Ashton Arnold, Drew Zuha, Daniel Coyer, and Gabby Moore. Handoff for Arnold. All the way to the cup. Over Hoggle. Good. Boy, they just can't stop her. 19 now for Arnold, and Moore has 15, and it's 50-34 Bellevue. 1:48 in the third on the Gun and Reel Sports scoreboard. Sabala out for Cordes. Zuha's guarding her. Left of the circle for Busick, guarded by Mickens. Kate, kick out now for a drive by Sabala to Hoggle. Pass Coyer, off glass, didn't go. Arnold another board, that's number 9. She's 1 board away from a double-double. Mickens nearly lost it, is able to regain it. Out front for Moore for Bellevue. The Bruins in control of this game. Moore with a baseline drive. Ball got knocked out of her hand, still came to Coyer. Back out to Mickens, left wing for Danielle Coyer. Bellevue's getting loose balls, too. Moore, a 3 with 8 on the timer off the back rim. Rebound Jamestown, Kate Busick. A minute left in a disastrous third quarter for the Jimmies. They're 3 of 15 shooting in the lane. Cordes, short! My goodness. Bellevue did knock it out of bounds, so the Jimmies have 20 in the shot clock and 52.9 in the third, but I can't believe what we're seeing.
I genuinely can't. I genuinely do not believe this.
Cordes baseline jumper. air ball. Now, what does that tell you? It did go off Bellevue and out of bounds, but
goodness.
A shooter like that. And again, yeah, as you said, she got knocked in the face a while ago, and she's back out there, but probably still a little sore.
She keeps reaching for her left nostril.
49.6 in the third, 17 on the shot clock. It's into Savila. Back to Kate Cordes, looking to direct traffic. Zuha guards her. Here comes Arnold with a double team. Right wing, a corner three by Lostrom off the back rim. Poyer with a one-armed rebound. No, she has two arms. She just pulled the rebound down with one of them. It's DeMoore with 32 seconds in the third. Jimmies aren't laughing. They're down 16 to Bellevue. And the Bruins have just played better, folks. That's all there is to it. 50-34, they're in front. 10 on the shot clock, 19 in the third quarter. Mickens with a Coyer screen. For Coyer, pick and roll, layup, threw it over the rim. Rebound, Cordes, 12 seconds, 11. Cates into the front court, finds Savila and an open Hoggle on the baseline for a layup.
Good look.
2-1 as Mickens in a triple team can't get a shot away. But at the end of three, there's a whole lot of work to do for the Jamestown Jimmies. On the Gun and Reel Sports scoreboard, they trail Bellevue in this regular season finale at Harold Newman Arena by a score of 50-36 on Jamestown 107.1. And this is the voice of the Jimmies.
You know you don't really want that hurry up, bought on the cheap, not sure what I got insurance coverage. Good, because Farmers Union insurance agents do things just a little different. We'll work with you personally for home, auto, business, or farm insurance and tailor the exact coverage plan you need, because we're not satisfied until you are. Different, you bet. Farmers Union Insurance. Simply different.
Good luck to the Blue Jays and Jimmies from your local Farmers Union agent, Steve Benyon.
Not all products underwritten by Farmers Union Insurance.
Jamestown 107.1.
Just a really difficult third quarter, 22-10 Bruins in that third quarter. And so now Jamestown does begin the fourth quarter with a basketball, but David, they're down 14.
27% shooting, VJ, for them on 13 of 48, only 3 of 23 on threes. And they've left some points at the line, too, 7 of 12 for this 79% foul shooting team. Bellevue, 42%. That's a little above their season average. 4 of 12 on threes, 10 of 12 at the line. Jamestown does have the rebounding advantage, 34-29, but to this point, that's making no difference. Jamestown with the arrow on the ball to start the fourth quarter. Well, they've had fourth quarter comebacks before this season, and they need one here if they want to tie Mayville State for second in the league. In the North Star, again, they know they're the third seed in the tournament. Cordes, left wing for Lostrom.
That's twice now she's been out of bounds when she's caught the ball.
Yep, stepped on the sideline.
I mean, that's court awareness, right? That's knowing where you are on the court.
10th turnover on Jamestown, and Bellevue has it back just underway in the fourth quarter. Mohammed back in, 3 fouls, but that hasn't hurt them so far. Kick out Arnold, wants an open left wing 3 off the left rim. Rebound Lostrom to Cordes for Jamestown on the Jimmies run. They need a run. Down 14, 9:20 to go. Cordes hounded here by Brandy Dunn. For Lostrom, right wing on the angle, Savila. Back to Jessica Lostrom. Arnold's on her. Now to Cordes. 12 on the shot clock to the right baseline. Dunn on her now. Spin around past her and drew a foul. Well, there's something good for Kate, as Brandy Dunn did a great job defensively until she pushed her down. Her third.
And now, I mean, you need every free throw to go down. You need to continue this 2-minute, 12-second stretch without a basket for Bellevue.
Yeah, they haven't had a point in that long, and Cordes hit the first free throw. She's 3 for 3 today. 50-37 Bellevue, her 9th point. The 16th all-time leading scorer in the history of this program hit them both. 50-38 Bellevue. 9:03 left in the Gun and Reel Sports scoreboard. Pressure by Jamestown. Arnold to Moore, and she's into the front court. They try to trap. Find Arnold. Down the middle of the lane, right past Oswald and good. And what can you do? A wonderful move by Arnold. 21 for her.
Matching her jersey number.
And 9 rebounds. 52-38 Bellevue. Busick for Jamestown, left wing on the angle on Mickens with a drive. Fouled by Muhammad. That's going to be number 4 in Zakaya. Nope, it's not on Zakaya. Pardon me, it's on Mickens. Zakaya thought it was on her, but instead it's Mickens' second team foul.
I also thought it was a shooting foul, but apparently not.
Jaden Weist, Samantha Paulson both come back in for Jamestown. So, yeah, 3-point shooters come in. Busick for Cordes in the right corner. Again, being hounded every time she has the ball. Back up for a 3. Banked it, nearly went in, and Busick couldn't hang on to the rebound. It's out of bounds. You got to try about anything at this point, don't you?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you need for randomly everything to start going in.
That might have been the start of something. Still 8:18 to go, but Bellevue leads 52-38 over Jamestown on the Gunner Real Sports scoreboard, and it's Bruin basketball. Bounce to Moore in the left wing. Past Oswald, 17-footer, short.
Why would you take a shot that quick in the shot clock up by 14?
Paulson the rebound. Yeah, you're right. Straight away, a Busick 3 is short. Oswald gaining that rebound as Muhammad couldn't hang on to it. An offensive board. Cordes down the right lane line. One-hand runner's good from 13.
I'm going to call that at least a 4-point swing because there's no way you should be shooting with 20 on the shot clock right now.
12 for Cordes, 52-40 Bellevue, 7:40 to go. And I'm sure Dave Denley will send her that message loud and clear, but as Mickens dribbles in a double team, she is fouled by Samantha Paulson of Jamestown. That's her 3rd and team foul number 1 of the 4th quarter in the Jimmies, as Sarah Lenz is in for Kate Busick. Men's action still ahead for you here on Jamestown 107.1. As we get a chance, we'll update you on what's happened with Blue Jays action today, in case you have not heard. Hockey and hoops. It is Moore backing up. Now a bounce for Brandy Dunn to Arnold, who's having a marvelous day in the lane and got impeded by either Weist or Paulson. It's going to be Jaden. First on Weist, second team foul. And it'll be Bellevue to end down with 7:23 to go. Right corner for Moore, open, wants another 3. Off the left rim, Cordes the rebound, and BJ's got his hands outstretched again, saying, why are you taking the shot so fast, right? Weist the left wing 3. That's off the back rim, but Megan Oswald runs down a long offensive board. To Cordes. Jimmie's trying to cut it under 10. They would with a 3. They bring it to Oswald. Kick out to Weist straight ahead. Back to Cordes, 10 on the shot clock. Kate's double team. Left wing Lenz open for a 3. Missed everything. How many of those have there been today? Mickens the rebound. And she's fouled by Weist as she comes down floor.
3 out of 26 from 3, and 2 of them from Jessica Lofstrom.
And
the other one from Weist.
Yeah, here's another stretch where Bellevue hasn't scored in 2 minutes, and Jamestown's not taking advantage.
Just at the other end, I understand that's Gabby Moore's game. You don't shoot that 3 with 18 on the timer.
No.
You've got to be able to close a game properly.
Jamestown is 5 of 23 from the floor in the second half and at 27% for the game. Only 14 buckets and 52 attempts. And 3 to Arnold. Yes, it is for a left wing 3. Dunn trying to shoot him out of it, but shot it long on the left wing. Weist the rebound. Cordes as the Jimmies want to run, but again, Bellevue back defensively. In the lane, it's Kate working on Dunn. Cordes up and under, drew a foul. That's what Jamestown needs more of. But the shot's not going to fall for the outside. Try to take it to the tin. Foul on Dunn. Nope, it's on Arnold. Excuse me, that's 2. Muhammad out, Poyer back in.
So the other end, Jamestown tries to help, in theory, Bellevue kill some time by playing zone, and they still shoot a 3-4 seconds into the timer.
Yeah.
I'm really baffled.
Cordes 4 for 4 at the line. First is good for Kate. That cuts it to 11 for Bellevue. 52-41, 6:28 in the 4th on the Gunner Real Sports scoreboard. Kate will try for a 14th point on the way. And on the board, it rolled in. 52-42. There's still time if Jamestown can have more stops. 6:23 left. Moore to Arnold, front court. Good pass. Bounce for Coyer, layup good. Nice recognition by Ashton Arnold.
That's the only shot that Bellevue should be taking with more than 20 on the timer. An easy layup.
His shots within 5 feet, right?
Yep.
54-42 Bellevue, 6:05 to go. Cordes to Oswald, and Megan's in the front court. Stops for a 17-footer that's good. Second bucket of the day for Megan Oswald. 54-44 Bellevue, 5:53 to go. Gabby Moore, right wing on the angle. For Arnold, and Oswald knocked her down as she tried to take the pass. About the only way you're stopping her from doing anything today. Megan's third, and that's 14 fouls already on Jamestown with 5:49 left in the fourth.
And the reason why that foul occurs is because it's actually a pretty bad pass. It's just kind of floated in the air, and Oswald comes through Arnold to get to it.
Lofstrom, Busick back in for Jamestown. Taylor DeMentz back in for Bellevue. She triggers the inbound to Arnold. Right corner for Moore. Makes a drive to the baseline. Lost her dribble, is in some trouble. Is able to find Zuha. Bounce it to Moore up top, 12 on the timer. Back to Drew Zuha, right wing on the angle. Stops at the foul line. Pounded by Lostrom, tried to take the ball away. Arnold naturally regained it, at least for a moment. Now it'll end in a dual possession or not. Let's see. The shot clock has run out. Did the dual possession happen before the shot clock ended? The officials will talk about this.
I thought it was pretty close.
The arrow does point to Bellevue at the moment. And they will say that the dual possession happened before the shot clock ended. So, and they will put 1 second back on the shot clock as Bellevue will inbound.
I'd have been okay with either call there. It was really close.
Yeah. And with no video, we'll have video next year, but no video to review it. Arnold is in to Dement, tried to get a shot away. Well defended. Shot clock does run out this time. Remember that you can watch this game at the Jimmie Athletics YouTube channel and the men's action that follows. Lost by Busick on the floor, and it ends in a dual possession. The arrow does point to Jamestown. Boy, Kate fell, and the Jimmies are lucky to still have this basketball.
Jamestown is, like David mentioned, shooting 28%, yet if they get a bucket here, it's reasonable to think they could come back. They'd have it under 10.
Well, again, you think of the fourth quarter comeback. They almost had that unbelievable comeback in Mayville the first time they were there from 23 down in the third. But shots just have to start falling. Busick for Jamestown, 5:15 left. High post Jessica Lostrom between the rings. Moves to the right arc. Cordes, Zuha's pounding her now. Lostrom back to Cordes with a screen, 8 on the timer. Kick out for a Lostrom 3. That's good! Jessica's third of the game. She's up to 14. It's 54-47 for Bellevue. 4:53 left. They're in some trouble in the backcourt, but able to find more. Right wing Coyer back out to Taylor DeMent. Right corner to Gabby Moore. Counts on her, finds Arnold. Out front DeMent again. Nearly too high a dribble, then she threw the ball away. Picked up by Oswald. 4:35 left. Jimmie's can move within 5 or 4. Busick. Mid-right wing Paulson, open 3 off the rim, and Arnold is in for 11th rebound. So she has that double-double already, and now a Dave Denley timeout by the Bellevue head coach, a Hillerud Construction timeout with 4:25 remaining. Bellevue leads Jamestown on the Gun and Reel Sports scoreboard, 54-47 on Jamestown 107.1. This is the voice of the Jimmies.
Whether you're a weekend warrior or a top high school athlete, injuries can happen to anyone. At Jamestown Regional Medical Center, getting you back to what you love is why we're here. As the official sports medicine provider for Blue Jay Athletics, our local orthopedic experts ensure exceptional care is part of your community. From sprains to complex surgeries, you don't have to go far to get the best care. Call 952-4878 and schedule your appointment today. Remember, it's right here at JRMC.
Jamestown 107.1.
It's a decent start to the fourth quarter, 11-4, and if you go back, it's a 9-2 run. This game was 52-38. What was that, about 9-minute mark of the fourth quarter? Now it's 54-47, and yes, give Jamestown credit, much better fourth quarter, But Bellevue, I mean, they're going to review this film tomorrow or Monday, whenever they do that, and go, you know, maybe don't shoot the other team back in the game when they can't hit anything.
Exactly.
Because that's what's happening here. They are shooting Jamestown back into the game.
Dakota State, the regular season champs, leading at last place. Dickinson State 23-20 with 5:16 left in the second quarter. Again, we know all the women's seeds for the tournament. Paulson ties up more. The arrow does keep it with Bellevue, but a good play by Samantha. And Gabby Moore is saying, why aren't I getting any help back here?
I agree with her. Because nobody flashed into the middle.
Into Moore and back to Taylor DeMent. Now speeds into the front court. The pass. Coyer with a good catch, and then she's fouled by Martinson. On the left block, that pass nearly too far. Danielle Coyer made a very good play, and she'll have free throws as her reward off the third foul on Martinson. And number 5 on the Jimmies.
And I think this is pretty smart. Muhammad's going to come back in for Coyer if she makes the second free throw. I think you need Muhammad out on the floor right now.
Brandy Dunn is in for Drew Zuha. Coyer hit the first free throw. Back to an 8-point Bellevue lead. 55-47, 4:15 left on the Gun and Reel Sports scoreboard. Good job by Daniel off the bench with 8. Has another. Good. Make it 9. And indeed, Muhammad does come in for Coyer. And Bellevue, not a bad foul shooting team, but not great. 69%. Well, they are 12 of
11 of 13. Well, no, never mind.
Yep, our monitor's a little behind the times here. Here's a drive to the right block by Kate Busick, who draws a foul.
And as Muhammad came in, one of the assistant coaches for Bellevue, I can read lips being deaf. I can do that pretty good. He said every rebound.
You're reading Ice Benford's lips over there, aren't you? James Benford, the assistant for Dave Denley. One of the assistants anyway. Right wing 3. Busick halfway down. And Martinson another rebound. Double-digit rebounds for the first time for a Jimmie for Jalen Martinson. Kate Cordes left lane line for Martinson. And a drive to the right block. Through a double team. Drew a foul and count it. And now it's a 7-point game again. Fourth foul on Muhammad.
You know what?
I still agree with you that there was a good move to put her back in.
I don't think you take her out either.
Yeah.
I really think you know what? If she fouls out, so be it.
Martinson scores her 8th point with the 3-point play. Now she does come out, and they go smaller and bring Mickens back in.
Offense for defense, yep.
3:40 left. It's a 6-point Bellevue lead, 56-50. They were up 17. Arnold, she hasn't touched it much lately. Out to Moore. Gabby for Brandy Dunn. 15 still to shoot. Paulson trying to strip it away from Moore. Left wing for Taylor DeMent. Out front again to Gabby Moore. Right wing Brandy Dunn. 9 on the timer. Stopping in the circle. Lost her dribbles. Able to find DeMent. 5 down the left lane line. Off glass. No good. Good D by Jamestown. Rebound Jessica Lostrom. Jimmie's can come within 4-3. Cordes down floor to Martinson. Jalen with a drive. Over Dunn and no good, and a battle for that rebound on the floor. It's going to end a dual possession, and that keeps it with Jamestown. They have the arrow as Megan Oswald and Jaden Wiest will return.
Now you're going to start to see, well, first you're going to see a 30-second timeout called by Bellevue. We'll keep it here. 56-50 with 3:02 to go. But now you're going to start to see the offense for defense stuff and things of that nature. And really, David, I mean, it's a little baffling that this is a 6-point game.
Yeah. It's a Hilderud construction timeout. You're right about that, because Bellevue, now get this, we've played 7 minutes in this fourth quarter, and Bellevue has only 7 shots. They're 2 for 7. Jamestown's 4 of 10 in this fourth quarter. Bellevue's longest lead late in the third was 17 points at 48-31.
And since then, 19-8 the other way, with the chance to cut into it even more here. I think you try to get something going towards the basket, especially if Muhammad's not out there, and she's not. I would try to get something going towards the basket.
Again, this is using the arrow, so now I'll point to Bellevue. It's into Megan Oswald now for Cordes. 2:58 left. Jamestown down 6. Least right wing for Busick, guarded by Moore. To Oswald on the right lane line. Kick it out for Lostrom. 8 on the timer. Loss picked up by Oswald. 5-4. They got to hurry. Mickens ticked it into the backcourt for Weiss. They're not going to get a shot away. And the defense by Mickens forces the shot clock violation and gives it back to Bellevue with 2:42 remaining.
Exactly what Coach Denley drew up.
Just one deflection, all it took. Well, big trouble for Dement in a double team. Ends in a dual possession. Good double team there by Busick and Weiss. Now the arrow to Bellevue, so it'll be used again with 2:37 to go. 56-50, Bellevue by 6 over Jamestown. Into Mickens. So, yep, that arrow now points the Jimmie's way again. Left wing Dement. On the right side, it is Brandy Dunn. Cross court for Josiah Mickens, middle of the left wing. Dement with a bounce to Moore. Left lane, foul line extended. 10 on the timer. Bellevue is taking time this time. Dunn, right angle. Left wing Moore. Open. A 3 is good. Gabby Moore with a big one for her 4th of the game. And 18 for her, and it's 59-50. Bellevue with a big shot that was. 2:05 left. Cordes down the right lane line toward the rim and scores. 16 for Kate. 59-52. Bellevue. 1:57 left. Mickens into the front court quickly. It's Dement now fouled. And it's to the point where Jamestown probably has to start fouling to extend the game here now. Busick with her 2nd foul. Both teams are in the bonus with 1:52 to go.
This is the 115th best free throw shooting team in the country.
But not today.
No.
They're 12 of 14. Dement has 2. First is good.
Yep, they have done their best UJ impression today from the line.
60-52 for Bellevue. 1:52 remains. 13 of 15 for the Bruins. One more for Dement. That's good too. 61-52. Bellevue's lead is 9, 1:50 to go. On the Gunner Reel Sports scoreboard, Busick left wing Cordes. Open 3 for Kate is good. Her first today. And a timeout, a Hillary Construction timeout by Jamestown. We'll keep it here again with 1:44 left, 61-55 for Bellevue.
That was a set play because as the ball was coming down the right side, they set just a little flare screen for Cordes. And the moment she caught it, she let it go. And again, 6-point game with the possession arrow. And of course, nowhere near enough fouls to give. No fouls to give.
None for either team. One timeout left for Jamestown now and 2 for Bellevue. That 3-pointer, the first of the day for Kate Cordes, her 74th of the year and her 205th. Of course, Megan Fichtner, for now, has the most at 263.
Ooh, Kate could get there, you know.
Well, she's got another year to go. I'd say there's a pretty good shot of it.
She's hit 73 this year, 74 now. Another year like that, and yeah, she's got the record.
And like you say, she isn't going to stop shooting.
No. I think the big thing here, the big decision that Sankey has, David, is do you continue to play that zone for maybe one more possession, or do you have to switch into the man-to-man? Because the zone has changed this game considerably.
Yes.
Oddly enough, the zone is what has gotten the Jimmies going offensively. I don't quite understand that, but it has.
You know, we've talked about it more than once this year. I mean, you just don't see teams play zone like they used to in my day, and it really confuses teams on both ends of the floor sometimes. Arnold will inbound for Bellevue against some pressure. It's into Moore. Back to Arnold at quarter court. Now to Mickens in the front court with a bounce to Dement. 1:38 left.
Looks like it's still zone.
Yep. Jamestown, for now, not fouling. They'll let this possession run down. Arnold, right on the lane for Moore. 13 on the timer still. Moore with her turn feet, knocked down Lostrom. Jessica had it knocked right back away from her by Taylor Dement. 1:18 left. Big play by Taylor. Mickens then lost the ball, diving for it. Busick. And it ends in a dual possession. That gives it to Jamestown, and that wasn't close to being a dual possession, BJ. The Jimmies just got a big break.
Nobody had the ball.
No.
Secondly, are we sure the shot clock should have reset?
Yeah, it was back-to-back turnovers. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. No, that there wasn't doubt about that. The officials are going to talk about this now because I think one of the other officials, and maybe the official made the call, who realized, yeah, maybe that wasn't a dual possession. Because you're right. When the whistle blew, nope, the ball was rolling on the floor.
It was. I mean, maybe a dual possession and a no possession are the same in some way or another. I don't know.
I don't think the rules stated that way.
All right, so of course they're going to let the sub in.
Juzuha will be waved in, and they're explaining it at the opposite table from us.
You know what they may go to the dual possession arrow for, not for the dual possession, but for an inadvertent whistle.
So you're using the arrow either way here. And either way, it's a break for Jamestown, if that's what they're doing. Of course, they're talking about this on the other side of the court out of our earshot. That's exactly what they're doing,
the other way.
Yep. And because it's
inadvertent whistle, you go to the arrow.
And
now, you wouldn't have to. Here's the funny part of the call.
Yeah?
You wouldn't have to do that if someone had possession.
True.
You would just keep it with that team.
That's true, but no one had possession. So, yeah, as I say, this could be a big break for UJ. 1:11 remains. They're down 6 to Bellevue, 61-55. It's into Wiest, guarded by DeMent in the back court still. Tightly. Now to Oswald and in the front court. Wrights. Now 1 minute to go as Cordes fires a three. Missed. Long rebound. Oswald's able to run it down. Left wing Wiest open for a corner three. It's off the rim. Rebound Busick. Another offensive rebound. Kick out for Oswald. Return for Lostrom in a double team and got fouled. And Dave Denley won't like that with 46.5 seconds to go.
Oh my goodness, that was a great look for Jaden Wiest. She was wide open. Just one of those days for Jamestown.
Yeah, first foul by Drew Zuhan. She comes right out after that. Jessica Lostrom is at the line. 1 for 2 today. First is good. The lead for Bellevue's down to 5. The last thing Dave Denley and Bellevue want is to have Jamestown shoot with the clock stopped. One more for Lostrom. Too long, and Mickens had the rebound. What's this whistle for?
And they're giving Bellevue a timeout without possession. No one had possession.
Mickens was going for the ball in front of the Jamestown bench.
Goodness gracious.
Did not have the ball. And now the officials are going to have to talk again.
Now here you can just give Bellevue the ball on the baseline and say it's a spot inbound. The problem is you blew the whistle as the ball was going out of bounds. It would have been Jamestown's ball.
Well, look, you know, and not only that, Mickens is hobbling
Mickens
a little
is
bit.
hurt a little bit.
But here's, and I think it's the same guy.
It is.
You cannot anticipate something that's going to happen and blow a whistle on a play that might happen.
They just went to the arrow again.
And this time it points to Bellevue.
And now a timeout to advance the basketball. But you can't, you're right, you can't anticipate it. You've got to wait. Now, I have no doubt that Coach Denley absolutely said, once we have the ball, I want a timeout. But the problem was they didn't have the ball yet.
And we couldn't hear it. Hillary Construction timeout. And again, we're keeping it here. 45.5 left. Bellevue 61, Jamestown 56. We couldn't hear Josiah Mickens, but I imagine she probably said timeout, even though she didn't have the ball. And that's probably when the official blew the whistle. But he can't go on sound alone on that play.
That's right.
And I know we're getting on this official a little bit, but this is 2 mistakes in a row this guy's made.
So now if you're Jamestown, I don't think there's enough time on the clock to play this possession out. You've just got to go for a quick tie ball, and if you don't get it, you got to foul.
And hope they start missing because Bellevue's 14 of 16. They have not been missing. Arnold will inbound, and again, the rule I cannot stand. You get to advance the ball into the front court. But it's thrown into the back court, and DeMent dropped it to the floor. Lostrom and Zuha with a great play, tipped it ahead to DeMent and got fouled. Oh boy, did Drew Zuha bail out Bellevue there. 40.2 left. It'll be free throws for the Bruins after the third foul on Jaden Weiss. Why are they throwing the ball into the back court?
Why would you advance the ball if that's your play?
That's odd.
Goodness gracious.
Taylor DeMent, 2 for 2 at the line today. Again, it's 14 of 16 for Bellevue. That may be where they win this game. First, she's good. 62-56 Bellevue, 40.2 left.
This game has just been a mess. Let's be honest with it. It's been a mess.
Putting it nicely. One more for DeMent. Good again.
So now you need a 3.
Yep.
I would think you've got to get Weiss or Kate a quick 3. Maybe you run that little cross screen here again.
Muhammad in for Zua. 63-56 Bellevue, 40 seconds left. They press. That's not a bad idea either. Down to Weiss for Cordes on the left side. Cut off. Finds a left wing 3. Lostrom. Good. It's a 4-point game with 31.5 seconds to go. Jamestown does not call timeout here. It's into Moore. They have to foul. They can't get a steal.
Oh, no.
They threw it into the bench. The Jimmies will have it back with 25.2 left.
That is the one pass you can't try to make. You've got to go right in front of you. You're taught against a press never to throw a diagonal. Oh, my goodness.
Zuha's back in defense. And Jamestown now does call their final Hillary construction timeout. I'm telling you, Dave Denley's got to be driven a little nuts by some of the mistakes this team's making in the latter part of this game.
You got that right, David.
Oh.
Goodness.
Dakota.
So now you do not need a 3.
No, not
You can go get a 2. Now you don't have any timeouts. That's the only negative part of that.
It's the last one there, right? Each
goodness.
team in the bonus. Bellevue's down to 1 timeout. The possession arrow, remember, points to Jamestown if it's needed. The other game, Dakota State leading at Dickinson State, 36-30 at the half. Again, Bellevue knows no matter what happens today, they'll host VCSU in the North Star women's quarterfinal round on Wednesday. And no matter what happens to the Jimmies, they know they'll host Dickinson State here at Harold Newman Arena on Wednesday.
Career high 4 threes for Jessica Lofstrom. She's also one off her career high in points. They both came on the 25th against Bellevue.
Yep, and that was one of the 2 outstanding offensive games that Jessica's had in her freshman year, the other being that game in Dillon, Montana in December against Montana Western.
So I think you try to get something immediately at the basket, but if it gets under 15, then you have to take a 3.
The clock right now says 25.2.
And they do advance the ball.
Bellevue, and again, I don't like it, but Bellevue 63, Jamestown 59. Busick in to Oswald. Kick out for Cordes. Guarded by Muhammad. Right wing 3, Lofstrom on the way, short. Oswald tipped it. Jimmie's can't save it. 16 seconds left. It's out of bounds to Bellevue in a 4-point Bruin lead. They got the shot they wanted. Here comes DeMent back in. And
I mean, he wants a timeout.
Dave Tenley wants a timeout now. And in fact, they'll take the Hillary Construction timeout. This is his last one with 16 seconds to go. 63-59 Bellevue in front. Jamestown finishes this season under 500 in the league at 7-8, 17-9 overall. And our Armstop postgame show will begin with a visit with Jimmie's head coach Thad Sankey, whose team, yes, did work their way back into this game late in the game, but the missed shots earlier hurt. And certainly a good effort to get back into it. But like I said, the shooting before that, and credit to Bellevue with the way they played, but that's what hurt you today.
Well, I was really disappointed with our third quarter. I mean, we can't expect to come out of the halftime locker room and then play that third quarter. And that was, that's the difference in the game. Yesterday was the first quarter. We came out of the pregame locker room and we went -12. And, I mean, looking at the stats right here, what were we? -12 in the third quarter.
Yeah.
I mean, there it is.
Yeah, 4 for 19. Their job defensively, as it is everybody's, and Kate still had her looks through all that, But we've talked about in the pregame, the pressure they put on is as tough as you'll find in this league.
Yeah, and we knew it and we expected it, and we were still a little soft. Like, it takes an incredible amount of initiative to attack against that, and we have to be ready to make the right decisions. We were driving it when we should have been shooting it, right? We were shooting it late clock when we should have been driving it, and that's all part of the toughness piece, is making the right decisions in those pressure situations.
And that was a point, I know BJ was making that point too, about, you're talking about, threes early in shot clocks and that sort of thing when you had chances to be driving in the goal. That's what you're talking about, right? Yeah. So that was part of the problem for Jamestown in this game.
You guys are a very good three-point shooting team, so to see 6 for 36, I'm sure that's twofold for you as a coach. One, it's not the percentage you want. Two, as a head coach, you just mentioned it, like you have to want to get inside against this team, and more than half your team shots today are from beyond the arc.
Well, part of the reason that we didn't get the quality of shots from three that we wanted is because our offensive players didn't force the second defender to come to the ball. And similar to what we saw last night against Dakota State, we didn't force a second defender in a rotation in an open man. It was just working against one-on-one closeout, one-on-one drive, one-on-one closeout. And they pressed up to the three-point line. I mean, credit to Bellevue's closeouts. They ran us off the three. They scrambled our decisions. They didn't let us get comfortable back there. But part of it is being able to create in a one-on-one.
Certainly on Wednesday, you're going to see more of this type of defense, because it's especially the second game here. Dickinson State tried that for a while, and it really was a scramble in that game for a while. So you knew you were going to see that on Wednesday night, right?
Yeah. Yep. And tournament starts on Wednesday, and we got to be in it to win it, because it's the second season, and that's how we got to advance. You got to win to advance.
And the Jimmies will try to do that on Wednesday night.